This week we are crossing the Bay of Biscay again, and we have a couple of weather options, one of which is to go now, and then we'll have decent winds for about 2/3 of the trip, and quite hectic winds in the acceleration zone around Finisterre, or we could wait 24 hours, in which case we might be motoring a lot of the way, but then have a very peaceful time around Finisterre. And we think we can handle hectic, so we're going to go now and just live with whatever Finisterre throws at us at the end. We are just leaving the Scilly Isles, leaving Tresco in the Scilly Isles, heading round the western end of the Scillies now, avoiding all these gnarly rocks, and then turning our way to point south across Biscay in the general direction of northwest Spain and Portugal, where we hope to make landfall in a few days' time. Not quite certain how far we'll get along the coast, so we're either going to head for Coruña or we're going to head for Porto, but we'll work it out when we get a bit closer.
Aren't you meant to say the Isles of Scilly?
Oh, the Isles of Scilly. I am so sorry. You are correct.
I can't be sure, but it may be that you have really offended.
I believe I have offended, yet again, offended people. I think we both felt a little bit apprehensive of going out offshore again, but it didn't really last long. I guess it's that apprehension of departure, isn't it, of have you thought of everything? And it's not a long passage. We should be out of sight of land for something like 3.5, 4 days. So it's good to get back in the habits of what ocean sailing is like. One day into our Biscay crossing, running dead downwind. We're still in a fairly shallow part of Biscay, a couple of 100 meters deep, less than that even, but we're just approaching the point at which it's going to drop off into the abyss and become several thousand meters deep. Marvellous. Here's a strange thing. We're about 150 miles away from any shore. Probably the nearest shore is Brittany. And there's a marker buoy out here with a flashing light on it. It's on the chart, so it's not unexpected in that sense. Just I didn't know it was here. I don't know why it's here. Why is it here? Out in the middle of Biscay. Kind of fun though. I only noticed it was here because we're about 2 miles off it, so if I wasn't paying attention, you could imagine driving straight into it. How embarrassing would that be? Here is a particularly gorgeous day out in Biscay. We are about 48 hours. 2 days ago around this time we left Tresco, and in about a day or so, tomorrow evening, tomorrow night sometime, we will be somewhere near Finisterre and trying to work out where to stop. The wind is supposed to pick up a bit from here, so we've got about 14 or 15 knots mostly from the stern now, and by the time we get to Finisterre, always an alarm somewhere, by the time we get to Finisterre it's going to get a bit frisky but manageable. But we're enjoying the blue today. Rosemary has just negotiated her way around this behemoth. There's a lot of traffic in here still on the approach to Finisterre. It's a sunny day out here on Biscay, but very windy. What have we got? We've got averaging somewhere around 25 knots of wind, and the sea is very steep and choppy with some big swells as well, so we've been lifted around a lot and occasionally smacked around a lot. Our speed is good, our course is good, and we're pretty much on time. We're, I think, let me see, Thursday, Friday, we're nearly 3 days in to the crossing, and it's Sunday now, and I think by Monday morning we should be in Porto, all being well. Are you gripping onto that tether in the most grippy way?
Yeah.
You're glad it's sunny, not grey and stormy.
Yeah.
Sunny and stormy. This is a graph of the last 12 hours, so we're somewhere in the high 20s, occasionally 30 gusts, and it's just been creeping upwards, maybe still creeping slightly upwards for another few hours, and then hopefully creeping back down again. The winds have lightened up now. Still a big swell running, but it's much nicer out. We've got about 20 knots of wind, so I'm going to put some more sail out. We've got a we've actually got dolphins, which I think is what's setting off the depth alarm. enough of the dolphins. I am going to put some of the Yankee out up front, and I'll leave the Triple Reef main just in case. Over there in the distance, about 4 miles in, out there is the boundary between Spain on this side, borders here, and Portugal's on this side. So we're heading south along the Portuguese coast, and we're hoping to make one stop tonight and clear into customs and immigration, and then make a short hop tomorrow down to Porto, which is our destination for now. It's all worked out pretty well, actually. Is that an inflatable orca? I think it is. Good afternoon, a couple of hours left to run before we can dock, and today has been warm but persistently windless and hazy or foggy. It's this coastal fog and mist. Looks like someone's had a bad night. Good morning, welcome to another sunny day on the Atlantic coast of Portugal. We finally got into a marina last night so that we could check in to Portugal this morning, having worked out what the procedure was, so that all went well. So we got in last night, which means it was 4 days for us from the Isles of Scilly, across the Bay of Biscay, and then past the tip of Spain and onwards down here into Portugal. And we stopped there last night so that we could check in, and also so that we could arrive in Porto in the daylight. So we're heading there now, probably a couple of hours out from Porto, where we hope to get the tide right to get up the river to the marina. And then this leg of the journey will be done, which is very exciting. It's been a wonderful trip though. Not much wind this morning, just a little bit pushing us along, but another gorgeous and slightly hazy day. It's going to be hot though. There's a weather warning on my phone about the temperature. It's going to be 36 degrees centigrade in Porto today. Very hot, and typical of the season. There's lots of stories on the Portuguese news about wildfires just because of the dryness and the heat. It's pretty cool out here on the water, where everything seems much more manageable, but certainly last night when we got into port finally and worked out where we were, it was baking hot, baking hot.
Okay, I meet you in the entrance of marina, my small dinghy, and I help you to a moor, okay?
Perfect, okay, we'll come to the entrance of the marina now. Thanks very much.
Okay, there's marina out.